I think I'm streaming. I might even be a minute late, or not late, the other direction. I'm a minute early. I think. I don't know. So Kim's on her way here, the usual Thursday night thing. Talked to her on the phone, and she's on her way. She's driving. Man, we got people in here tonight. Jeez. Uh, man, it's like really rolling. Mopar A Mexican Spec, Dean Stevenson, and Mama M3. Who else here? Man, it's like going. Tim's here. Dean Stevenson. Did I already say Dean Stevenson? I'll keep scrolling back. Patrick Sullivan. Uh, there's just a whole conversation, I guess, going with everybody. Okay, so anyway, what's that Dean Stevenson says? I stopped at 8135 like Budweiser. Well, I don't know what that's about. You're doing something online, I guess. And uh, Mike and Buddy Carafano. Buddy Carafano. And let's see, Gearhead. Wow, Mexican Spec. Gearhead. Mark Silve. Uh, who else here? I guess I said Buddy Carafano, Mike and Mopar K, all here right at 10. Faith and Braden right at 10. Crashes Roadrunner Garage right at 10. Colby Queso. Man, everybody come rolling in. Patrick Sullivan. Uh, so, yeah, no Bronco noted. You know, I don't want to, this is not a spoiler, but she drove it out there and we took a bunch of video. I don't think she just didn't get that video up yet, but yeah, it's driving, and she drove it out of the shop, and she started to clean up in here, and yeah, I don't know, it's going, and it shifts. She's got some mix up with the shift linkage. I think the shift linkage doesn't line up perfectly, which probably means it's just not adjusted properly, but everything's working. It just doesn't line up exactly right. She got to hunt for the gears a little bit, but other than that, it works really well. Twisted Mopar Garage is here. Oh, let's see here, Mopar K. Hey, Tim, sorry I didn't see your first comment on the live the other day. I was like, what I missed? Tim's first comment. Glad you stuck around. Okay. Uh, Dennis. Who's Dennis? Dennis. Man, I don't know somebody's name. Mark. Mark. Good evening, Mark. Howdy. Yeah, we got quite a crowd in here really quick. Man. And then before I left the house, I saw the comments going on about the Subaru. Yeah, the Subaru is it's 50 points, and no, we don't ship. Mexican Inspector says the shipping's going to be a lot. Just come pick it up. You're probably going to need a trailer. It's a pushmobile right now, but it's not. It's a nice car inside for its age. It's really nice inside. And when it was driving, it drove nice. It just I think the cam seized or something in the head again. Chavo's here, but not here. Well, which is it? Part case, as I said, I was saying I have transmission problems because it won't go into first. Oh yeah. Um, hmm. Tell me what the problem is there. You're going to be taking apart transmission. Valve body, like Kim. Oh, Pa had someone build it. Second time it's been wrong. Uh-oh. Same person? The same mistake. That's my name, Dennis. Oh, Twisted. Oh, okay. Well, good evening. Buddy Carafano going down to 27 degrees tonight in Boston. I had my windows open in the house because it's late enough in the year. We're not running the AC, but it's not cold yet. And oh man, I woke up during the night and I was cold because not that cold, but it was 50 degrees in my bedroom. It's like, whoa, close the window. No, I want Kim to take it apart and teach me. You know how she learned to do it? Uh, what does she call it? Uh, I don't know, some online university. I was gonna say YouTube University, but she was also looking in another site to get specific information on that transmission, which there was a lot out there. See, Mark Sauvé says I'm at 35,212. What is that points? Or tell me how to take it apart. Taking it apart's always the easy part. Just keep everything in bags. What I do is I get what do they call them? Freezer bags. I made the mistake one time and got storage bags. Storage bags are like thin, thin, thin. Then the bolts poke holes and they fall out, and then you might just well not have bags. So I get the freezer bags. They're much thicker, and you can use them over and over again. And then I put like just whatever the bolts are, 2 or 3 bolts. So I don't, and I'll write on there what they're for, the location, everything. Get the next bag, get the next bag. So you spend a little money on bags, but as it goes back together, it's so much easier. Like my Studebaker's all apart, but I bet there's like bags and bags and bags, and there's nothing but 2 or 3, 4 bolts in each bag. So going back together, I'll know exactly what's going on. Let's see here. Oh, Patrick Sullivan. Wow. Here we go. Super chat. I can light up the Studebaker, but Kim is not here yet. So when she gets here, she will be so she will be maybe she'll do a dance. I don't know. Okay, those Mark Sauvé, those 35,000 points are for an online slot game I'm playing. Oh, okay, yeah, somebody got into that last time we were here. How a gorgeous sunny spring day here with an icy cold wind. Man, that's how it is. And springtime here does that sometimes. It'll like tease you. It's like, oh man, it's nice out there, and you get outside and it's like, ooh, there's a cold wind. But yeah, you're going to start warming up. We're starting to cool off. No Name Nationals comes around every year, and I know it's always warm at No Name Nationals. And then within a week of coming home, once gone, we're done with the warmth. So Patrick Sullivan, thank you very much. Let's see. I don't know what else to tell you. When Kim's not here, I'm just not. Don't always know what to say. Where's her chair? Man, she's gonna need her chair. I don't know what she did with it. Oh, it's over there. It's behind me. Chair's behind me. Thought it might not be in the building. So, hey Buff, have you covered cars that flopped on Tuesdays yet? No, we have not. That might be a good one for. What did we decide we're doing this Tuesday? I think 64. 1964. And of course, anything anybody else has. Pictures that you have of cars that you owned or your parents owned when you were a kid, or your garage or your shop, or your outside your shop where you work in the snow on jack stands. I don't care. Those are the kind of things we like to show. I'm going to shut off that's a battery powered flasher up there. I'm going to save the battery till Kim gets here. Tavo says some kind of thermal activity over the Antarctic, bringing cold wind up from there. So says the local weather channel. You know, that's something I've never experienced in my life, is a cold winter, some kind of thermal activity from the Antarctic. I've had Arctic, what we called, when I was in Ohio, they called them Alberta Clippers. And what that was Arctic air coming down across Canada, kind of from the west, so they called it Alberta. And it had come across Ohio like, oh, it's just pure misery. Oh. But Carfano says, a couple of weeks we do time change. It sucks. Oh, no. Oh, I don't like that. As soon as the time change, I'm like, just all I want is to get through winter and get the time flipped back around where it belongs and get some warmth going again. Andrew Button, good evening. How you doing? Oh man, Kim made some chili in a crock pot last night, but I fell asleep, so I didn't have any. But big old crock pot full of chili in the refrigerator, and she's gone. So I pulled it out, scooped some out in a bowl, and warmed it up in the microwave, and I ate that before I came up here. So I warmed up a little bit, but it's cool outside. Yeah. Patrick Sullivan, sad story today. Robert Murray Smith just watched his last vid. Hmm. I expect it's confusing for me. We don't change the clock, so I need to adjust. You guys say, yeah, same thing when I lived in Arizona. It just stays the same time. But it doesn't matter because we're far enough south. It doesn't really matter much. And it's just warm down there anyway. So, Talo, we already did the time switch. Started the month. Luis, good evening. How you doing? Yeah, Mr. Barrios. So I'm watching the SpongeBob movie, Sponge on the Run. So to be on my live on Saturday, you have to get up an hour earlier still. Man, I have a hard enough time with time changes up here, springtime and fall time changes without trying to figure out what they're doing down under. Everything going backwards. Uh, you know who must really hate that? I know they do because I knew somebody that was involved in this before. Is scheduling airlines. Because, like in the US, you think, oh yeah, just do that, but then Arizona doesn't change and Hawaii doesn't change. And then every other country's different. And, like when I was hanging out in Russia, it was like they did the same thing, time change, but they didn't do it the same weeks we did it. So, they were changing like a week earlier than us, and then at the other end of the year, 2 weeks later than us or something. So the people doing the airline scheduling, they just tear their hair out. Andrew Button, I think SpongeBob would drive a square body pickup if he drove. He's got, somebody needs to take a square body pickup and paint it like SpongeBob. Uh, Next, it's like 1 hour later by the clock. Estoy bien. Estoy viendo una película. Well, I know what estoy viendo. I don't know what viendo is. Una película. I know that's a movie. A movie. Uh, bien, viendo. Don't know that. That is right. Spring ahead for you guys. That's a little better. Mark Sauvé, maybe the airlines will all go with GMT. Oh, yeah, but try to get the passengers to understand that. I'm a pilot. It's hard enough to understand that because every time you go somewhere, if it's a GMT, you got to always play the game of what time it is, local time, and what we called Zulu time, which was GMT. Josh Holman, good to be here. Hey, how you doing? Andrew Button, fall forward, spring back, like Valve Springs. Hey, Josh. Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of people here. There are. This is pretty good. Uh, Lee says, I think is very busy. And my nose itches. You ever have that's a nose itch? It's like down inside the ball of your nose. You can't get at it. It's down in there somewhere. Kim is out partying. Nope, she's out driving. I expect to hear her pull up here any time now. She told me it'd be 15 minutes, and that was about a minute or 2 minutes before I went live. I think she's out watching the Rugrats movie. I don't know. Again, 6 hours or five, depending on what time of year it is. Yeah. Well, and the thing is, if you're flying, you're a pilot. You just like you're just in a. Sometimes I can't remember what time zone I'm in. Viendo is watching. Oh, okay. I'll remember that. I'll try to remember that. Tell my dash cam is off time now. They include every conceivable time zone except GMT plus 10, 10 and 30. You know, these time zones that are off by 30 minutes, I never get that. I don't know why they do that. You just tear your hair out. See, I used to run, I was doing a whole lot of stuff in the defense contractor, and we were working a lot with people that had deployed with our airplanes in Afghanistan. And Afghanistan was one of those places that was off by 30. So they were like almost halfway around the world from where I was. They were I don't remember, it was 11 hours and 30 minutes or 12 hours and 30 minutes, but they were off by 30 minutes. Mopar Al, how you doing? You see a lark on the wall. Yeah, when somebody gives a super chat, I light it up like that. And somebody gave us a super chat a few minutes ago, and we had it lit up. But also Kim usually dances for a bit when that goes up, but she isn't there, and she isn't here right now, but she'll be here soon. Let's see where I'm lost. If you see a Bronco II in Clarksville at a stoplight, she's driving it. Be ready to blow your doors off. She's driving the Jeep. I'm trying to get through this. That new TMNT movie is coming out. I don't know what that is. Mexican Spec says, I wish we had Wendy's here. Oh, no Wendy's there. You have all kinds of stuff there that I was surprised you had. So the dash cam has plus 930, plus 10, and then 11. They just skip right over it. I remember for a while in North Korea, that leader up there, he was off by 20 minutes for a while just to be different, and then he went back to whatever they were before. Hey, Kim's here. Kim, I gotta scroll back to there, Patrick Sullivan already, and I've already put. I'm gonna put up the lights again. And Mopar Al says cool because he came in here. He noticed the Studebaker up there.
Hey, Mopar Al, you didn't know it was up there, huh?
Well, I don't know. He didn't know what we used it for, I guess. So, okay, Kim.
I hung it up there. And then he made those lights for it.
Look at that big dance floor. Yeah, no vehicles in here tonight. Kind of nice. You know what that means? We're going to have to bring a vehicle in. And I don't know what we're going to bring in next. I think it'll be the Z sled, but I'm not sure. Because when I brought up to Kim, she wanted to know what we were going to bring in.
Thank you for supporting.
And I said the Z sled. And then I said, well, there's that window we got to fix. And then she was like, ugh. It's like, that's not good content. I don't want to do that window. The Z sled just sits out there with me not driving it because the window's messed up again. At least the glass didn't break this time. John Johannes. Is it Johans? John Johans or John Johans? Is it like the model cars that were Johan? The firm, radioactive. See, Tavo, we do an official but unofficial time zone that does differ by 15 minutes over the west of the state. Oh, you know what? I saw it. There's like a sliver. It's kind of like a long, skinny sliver. I saw that. That's crazy. Why do they do such a thing?
Dean, Mopar Al, the Lark is way on the back burner. Where's that list?
Oh, the list is on my laptop in the house.
I have a printed copy of it. But
Al says, bring the Lark back in. Yeah, I was just talking about the Lark, and that I was encouraging people to, when they take something apart, I said, take it apart's the easy part. And then I said, well, wait a minute. As long as you stay organized. And I told them about what kind of bags I buy, and you put like just 2 or 3 bolts in each bag, unless there's exactly the same label each bag, exactly where everything goes. I said, that whole Studebaker's taken apart. There's a big old tote up there full of Studebaker parts and bags full of bolts.
Anytime I give them a hard time.
I know exactly where all those bolts go.
There have been a couple times. that I've given him a really hard time about why'd you take that car all apart. He always reminds me, and it's valid. He did not know that he was going to move across the country,
Oh,
and that's what screwed the whole plan up. I was like, well, okay.
Johanna with the models when we were younger. Yeah, I had some Johanna models. I had mostly AMTs, MPCs, and some Johans. And the Johans are high quality models. Power Tour Al. Oh yeah, I remember when Al did the Power Tour. We all rode with him.
That's right. Yeah.
We all rode with him in a Valiant 2-door that had been a 4-door, and it was hot. And he was cooking hot in that thing. Man, that was a couple of years ago.
Oh, if you guys didn't know, the Bronco
we
drove out of here.
We talked about that, but I said I didn't want to be too much of a spoiler, but you got to tell about it. I said that it's working, but your shifter's not quite in the right position because there's some
there's an adjustment.
There's some linkage issue, but it's adjustment. So
it doesn't match the indicator doesn't match where it really is, so you have to shift by feel, which that's what I do in the Dart anyways.
Yeah, my car's got that. I got to shift by feel because that was another thing. That little thing that goes up that runs the pointer, the brindle. Remember that thing got broken or something on mine?
It is broken, yeah.
Yeah, so it's
we could fix that.
It's by feel. Yeah, maybe we can do that when it's in here. I've got a list of stuff we need to fix on my car that's just annoyances, like the window not being able to roll up and down again. And then yeah, like that Prindle thing.
Poor Mexican spec, his Impala bags disintegrated.
Oh man. Well, see, my bags, I put them all in a tote, with a top on it. It's indoors. They're not disintegrated. The sun, you said the heat? I bet the sun probably did it. I don't know. Man, it's been apart too long. It's probably been apart as long as my Studebaker. Now, the Studebaker came apart in 2019, and then I had to move. It's like, surprise, time to move. So, yeah. Let's see. I really believe that Ozone guy that joined us on Saturday might not have been a real person. Oh, Ozone,
Ukraine Turkey?
Yeah, Ozone, Ukraine Turkey. That guy he's a real guy. He's been in here a lot before, and of course that's going by really fast.
Anybody could be fake.
But he doesn't speak English well at all, so he does this all with a translator, and he's told us that. And occasionally something is wrong and there's a misinterpretation, but he left.
Tim, you're going to work on your Silverado in the middle of the night?
He left Ukraine and went for good reasons and went to Turkey, and he likes cars, and he talks some about some of his cars. I think he's a real guy. I don't know. But he used to be in here every live. He was in here for a long time. What makes you think he isn't real? I'm just curious. Andrew Button, I'm replating all my Dodge bolts before I'm putting them back on. Oh, how are you replating them? What are you replating them with?
Fancy. Powder coat.
So, no working or accurate Prindle indicator here. Gets a defective vehicle notice on the car.
Defective.
There's nobody here.
Every vehicle we own is defective.
Every vehicle we own is defective, and nobody comes around and hangs notices on them. Man, they're so strict in some places.
Good luck, Tim. Soldier forth. Do the thing. Has to take advantage of good weather no matter the hour because he is in Colorado. Yeah, I feel that. I don't know.
See, we're talking about time zones too, and the time changes coming up, and they've already done it in Australia. So Cabo has already done that. So they're, our time zones are like going like this. They're not. not staying the same number of hours apart, and they're going to do it to him again. Man, I remember I'd lived in Ohio for quite a while. Then I was over the border in Pennsylvania. And then within about 2 years, I was back in Ohio. And in Ohio, there'd be the most rusty rattle trap cars going down the road, fenders flapping like this, from the wind catching them because they're not even attached at the bottom anymore. In Pennsylvania, in the inspections over there, there's no rough edges. So every car that has any rough edges or rust or anything has to be repaired before they'll pass the inspection. Ask Kim. She did all those videos on fixing rust on hers, and finally got it. They passed it. And when cars were for sale in Pennsylvania, a lot of times there'd be on the for sale sign, it'd say "Good Ohio car," which means it won't pass the inspection because it's falling apart.
Andrew says, I'm not real, just an AI bot. He replaced with zinc, black, phosphate, or nickel. I'm not real. I'm just a bot. I'm AI generated. Look, see? Would my hands move like this if I was a real person? Of course not. That would just be wacky. So, anyways, hold on, though. Josh, you don't have to be sorry. Sometimes bots do interact with these channels. Our channel, and I know there's other people I see, there's people in their channels that almost have to be bots. The things that they say and the interactions that they're having, I don't know.
Well, sometimes, like, the bot will say something really stupid.
Crazy stuff. I don't know if they pay to have the bots or if it's just for some reason random. I don't understand it.
Andrew Button, how do you replay? What kind of equipment do you have to replay? I want to know how to do nickel. What do you do to do nickel? You do it at your house or what?
Nickel?
Oh man, I'd love to do nickel. Yeah, well, I want to do electroforming.
I looked it up. We could do it. It's easy.
I know you got to buy the chemicals, but I want to know what he does.
How he does it? Okay.
Well, Parral, that's why I'm glad I don't live in an HOA. Oh God, would that be horrible?
I would never live in an HOA. Wasn't it Florida that was talking about outlawing HOAs and dissolving them completely?
Yeah. I just saw something scroll by that I wanted to say, and then somebody said, I don't remember who it was because it went by quickly. Said that I need a Duluth hoodie. I have some Duluth hoodies, don't I? I think I do.
Oh, but you got a lot of Duluth shirts.
I got a lot of Duluth shirts, and I got some hoodies, but it's going to be time to get them out again. Look at this. It's under 70 degrees in here, man. Are you a long-time viewer of Bicycle Garage? Let's see. If you've got solid unsalted whiteware, you can make the rest. What is that? I don't know. This is going by quickly. When Buff goes into the max headroom mode, it messes with my algorithm. It doesn't do that anymore, does it? Since we replaced the camera.
The other thing, Blue Grid, is look how many fingers I have. Right? That's how you can tell I'm an AI bot. I've got way more fingers than a normal person.
It's all the dumb stuff here. Car won't pass roadworthy inspection with a rear wiper that
that's crazy.
Works. Oh, the work solution. Remove the wiper, plug the hole, and you're good to go. Man. Oh, Blue Grit's here. That Kinbot is making me dizzy.
Andrew said he'd send us pictures of his shift rods. Oh, that'd be cool.
This is going by so quickly. I want to catch this. I missed it. Steve Lato did a video on that law limits HOA fine in California, $200. Yeah, I didn't watch that video, but I probably should because I watch almost all his videos. Stray Bullets here. How you doing? Josh Holman. Unfortunately, I live out in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, that's who we are. Out in the middle of nowhere. Out in the middle of nowhere in Tennessee, which is probably a pretty good place. Andrew Button, next week I'll show you my nickel-plated 833 shift rods. Oh, yeah. Please do. I want to see that stuff. I like seeing that stuff. That's the kind of pictures I want. How can an American buy a house in an HOA? Just giving away all your rights, including your property rights. Yeah, I mean, And HOAs are a pain in the ass. I'll say that. The guys, the people,
horror stories.
The people I know that are into like ham radio, they put up a little antenna on top of their house, and some HOA Nazi will come by and write them a ticket and hundreds of dollars fine, and take the antenna down. It's like, really? Like a 2-meter antenna is like a really tiny antenna. Snag them on stuff like that. I knew people at HOAs that got an antenna. They use a wire antenna, a dipole, along inside the eave of the house. So you can't see it unless you're underneath the eave looking up at it. And somebody finds that, and next thing they got fines and have to take it down and everything. I watched Derek for 4 years. Garrett, I've watched him for a long time. First time I watched him was when he was in a motel parking lot, and he got that Chevelle, the red, white, and blue Chevelle that was painted like a flag, and he was putting duct tape on the rusted frame and stuff. And I thought it was pretty funny, but I've watched a lot of that nonsense now, so I probably don't watch quite as much as I used to. That's not funny for us six-fingered people. I was just watching those king tides in Florida.
That's crazy. I'll probably watch some of that when I get back to the house. I didn't realize that was happening. I was listening to NPR on the way home, and they were talking about, I guess there's some kind of peace deal in Gaza.
Oh.
That's good news of the world. Hopefully, because that was a bad situation.
A mess. It's amazing what people do to each other.
I hope it holds because it was really bad.
I get that. Morsky Repair is the same. They make longer videos so people don't have time to watch smaller creators. Well, I know. You know what Kim does? She speeds them up. She'll put it on double speed. And they're over there going, how can you understand that? But that's how she watches them. The longer one's faster.
I do. Sometimes I watch. You know what? I noticed. I don't know if you've ever seen it, because you probably don't watch stuff at higher speed. I'll watch stuff at 125 or 1.5.
I watch it at speed. I'll bump it up to 125.
Now you can pay a premium, and then you can watch things at 4 speed. I don't know that I even want to do that.
I don't know about that.
I saw it there. It's like a premium feature that you can watch it even faster. I'm like, why would I want to watch it faster than 2 speed?
But you have the freedom to inaugurate your own HOA autocracy. Well, not really. You know, a friend of mine is the HOA, and I said, you know what we need to do is that just run for the board on the HOA and there are 5 people on the board. I said, all you got to do is get 3 of them. They used to elect them like 3, and then a year later 2, and a year later 3. To get the year that's 3 and get 3 people on there, and the first thing you do is just disband the HOA. I thought that was pretty funny, but
there's a lot of people who live in the HOA. They like that sense of power. They want to control everybody. Some people are just wired that way.
Patrick Sullivan, KC9, CAO. 73. So that means like hi, good evening or good day or something. He's a ham radio operator. Cool. Man, that's scrolling by so fast. I'm sorry, I'm missing a lot of the chats.
Yeah.
Because they are flying by. Mike N5ZOB. Zob. Mike N. That's another ham radio operator. I keep saying I'm going to go take my test, and what happened was I was about ready to take the test, and and that's when the pandemic hit. And they quit doing the test. And then like 2 years later, I decide to go online, and there's a YouTube channel, Ham Radio Crash Course, and I took his, and it's free. I just took his whole crash course thing. So okay, I'm gonna go out and get my technician's license, and then as soon as I do that, I want to upgrade, because that's how I am. And then they started giving the test on Tuesday nights. Well, you know what? We're busy on Tuesday nights, so I've got a friend.
We're busy. I thought of something I need to say.
Okay, so in a second, let me get finished my roll I'm on here. So then a friend of mine called last night, and he's a ham radio guy. So he's like, just come take the test. It's like, when do they do it? Yeah, Zulu Oscar Bravo. Yeah, I didn't say that. I said. So I just it ends up their meetings on Tuesday nights. It's like, you got to be kidding. Kim's going, just go, take a night off on Tuesday and go. And I go, well, I've kind of made a commitment to this.
Mike N. making enough money to not be willing to take a night off.
Mike N says I had to learn code at 13 words per minute. Remember the old novice license that you had to have 5 words per minute, and then when you upgraded from that, it had to be 13. Well, wait, what was it? It was 5. Also with the technician's license, I think. And then anything more than that was 13, and then it went higher than that. Yeah, and there's no code now. So anyway, I mean, you just got to go take the test. KRD Klein Race Car Design. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. And we have ads.
4 ads? All it is ads and all this stuff, and we get nothing. We get nothing. I'm sick of it. We work, we talk, we entertain people. They run ads. What do we get for it? What do we get for it?
Oh, Mexican Spec is talking about something. It must have come up in the chat that I missed. It says that car was sold new at a local dealer to me. I never saw it around town though, and it would have clocked the Tornado wheels on a Cutlass. Yeah, you know, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about that Jay Leno, that car that was on Jay Leno's. That was pretty interesting. I didn't know about that, but I did know about a 64 Oldsmobile, full-size Olds. It was running around with Tornado wheels on it, and it was prior to 1966, and it was the mule they were putting miles on the chassis, and I've got pictures of that thing. And it was it wasn't all the fenders and stuff weren't all lined up perfectly, but let's see. Okay, Andrew Button says that's when you had to know Morse code. Yeah, well, they took it away for the technician, and then they took it away from everybody. So, yeah, Mike N, 5 words per minute novice, 13 at general, 21 at advanced. Oh, yeah, and advanced. Novice is gone, advanced is gone. Well, there's only 3 licenses now. There's technician, general, and amateur extra. So, Dean Stevenson, my New Zealand ads are rock hard, like a windshield. Is that the name of the company, Rock Hard? That'd be weird. Straight Bullet probably didn't get too many mayonnaise advertisers on that station. Let's not start on that again.
You guys talked about mayonnaise for
That's what he used to do, is plating in mayonnaise. No, we're not going to talk about that. It was sold new in 1970 in Woodland Hills. Andrew Button, I just sold a 66 Tornado from my stash. Really? Man, that's like one of my favorite cars. The only thing is they're big and heavy and they're complicated. But, you know, I really like 66 is my favorite. Mexican Spec, I bought a new Pontiac in 87 across the street from that Oldsmobile dealer. Mohawk, hey, how you doing? Good evening. Hello, everyone. Hi, Buck and Kim.
Hey!
Yeah, Mohawk, we were talking about amateur radio, and I got a friend called me last night, a retired Army friend. We went to high school. We went to kindergarten together all the way through to high school. Graduated high school at the same time. And he went in the Army, and I went in the Air Force. We didn't see each other for years. And then I was looking for him. He turned up in Clarksville, Tennessee. It's funny as hell because we both ended up here. But anyway, we talked on the phone last night, and and he's trying to get me to go to there's a veterans group that's a bunch of ham radio guys, and he's trying to get me to go to the meeting, and I think I want to do that. Lugert says the shop looks naked without the car behind you. Is Kim Kim slacking? No, she was out driving that thing. The thing with the whole torn apart valve body and everything, it's all working. Patrick Solo, my pops was WD9P. Call has been reissued. Oh, it has. Yeah, the short ones, they're hard to get. Wow. Mosquito in my ear. Why do we have mosquitoes when it's this cold? Kim, there's a live mosquito flying around in here. Ooh, there he is. Mm-hmm. I don't want to get bit. I don't like getting bit. Let's see, Andrew Button bought from the original owner, clean bronze on bronze, low mile survivor. I'm old and selling out.
I'm sorry.
Oh, well, when Kim is done there, she can come tidy up my shed. You know, we might come down. I bet it's warmer down there. You know, we could go down under for the.
I don't know if you want my help because I've been working here for 2.5 years and it's still a freaking mess.
You know, this is much more workable than it was 2.5 years ago. Stray bullet, those twin-engine Tornados look like fun. Man, you remember seeing that? There was one I knew of, a guy put a whole Tornado running gear in the back of a 66 Tornado. And that was really something. Wow, that's a nice color. I had a 66 in that same gold as Jay's car, but it never ran. Mexican Spec, you had a 66 Tornado. Man, I love 66 Tornadoes. I think that's one of the greatest body styles ever. And Stevenson, the Mohawks, they're always saying they're not bought. Okay. Mosquitoes are killed by frost. Are they killed or they just hibernate? Man, I don't know what happens. Mike N, mosquitoes are state bird in Louisiana. Stray Bullet sent me a picture of a mosquito. That's fine if they're on the screen.
This one's not broken, is it?
Well, that is a mess.
Where it came from?
Came from the floor. This aluminum's all ruined. Yeah, this one. Where's the one that's broken? We can use this as a parts one if we can get it clean enough. We dropped one of these and it broke this thing off.
There's a lot of people who buy this. They only use it one time and they throw them away.
I used to keep one of those hanging in the shop in Arizona with gray primer in it, and it was lacquer primer. So I just left it hanging there and never cleaned the gun. All I had to do was just a couple of times, and it was shooting primer again. And I don't know. It started getting low, and I just mix up more primer and put it in there. We also put a mosquito up there. Mexican Spec, the wife and I both had mild case of, what is that, ding? It's a bad case you bleed out. Mopar case says, I just cleaned the garage. That sounds like a short-term thing. You must have a clean garage.
Yeah.
We can't clean the garage in one day. We've tried. You can't clean the garage here in 1 year. We've tried. We're 2 years into it. It's still not, it's usable, but it's not clean. Oh, man.
There's a bird. Dead bird in the chimney.
There's a dead bird in the chimney. Oh, don't bring him here. Take him outside. He passed away. Don't put him in the church. Just chuck him. You're handling a dead bird. Bird in our chimney. Little blackbird. Little blackbird about, I don't know if you saw it. Little blackbird. You get it from mosquitoes. Maybe it's spelled differently in English.
How did it get in? There was a screen.
There's a screen on there. I don't know.
Why should you let a bird in?
Maybe hatched in there? Mosquitoes are Navy miniature drones.
You know what? The CIA uses those mosquitoes.
They take those mosquitoes and put some cameras on them and send them out to spy. Dengue, is that how you pronounce it? Dengue? Dengue? I don't know. Is a viral infection transmitted by infected mosquitoes causing mild to severe symptoms including high fever, severe headache, muscle and bone pain, sometimes called breakbone fever, and nausea. Is that
But I had that all summer.
was it my father had malaria when he was during World War II in New Guinea. He got malaria, and that was something that affected him most of his whole life. So Stray Bullet says we need a screen. Well, that thing has a screen. Well, maybe the screen is broken. I don't know. The screen is up on the roof, and the tap that goes on the chimney. Maybe something's broken up there. Maybe the birds chiseled their way through it. Man, look at my hairs getting. It is so gray. It looks like it's not even there. Man,
I need your help.
You need my help.
And all, but...
Kim needs my help. Okay. You're going to have to talk with yourselves.
You can still talk. They can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, I need you here. I need you to hold this down so I can pull it up.
Hold it down. Oh, I get it. I know what you mean. Okay. Because you got to, yeah, that's a separate piece.
Oh, okay.
Now, that part.
What do you mean?
Aren't you having to take this off?
I already took it off.
Oh, what kind of shape is it in?
It's still soot, but it's not.
It's not rusted
Not
through.
rusted. The soot keeps it from rusting.
I just want to make sure it doesn't rust through. And then we
While
have
we're burning it.
blasting fire in there one night, and it rusts the rest of the way through. Now we have a big old mess in the shop and fire. Yeah. Oh God. What's this Mexican spec says right at the bottom? It says baked goods. Josh Holmes says gasoline is a great solvent, but too dangerous to clean. But that's right.
Can't use it indoors. Man, be careful, because it has a flash.
Like it's just waiting for a family of bats to come blowing out of that thing.
Oh.
Bats is like flying mice, flying rodents. What is this lead character has sex with a pie? What are we talking about?
What are they talking about?
I don't know. I walked away for a minute and everything went awry.
Go awry now.
Double speak disinformation, blaming the CIA for all miniature drones. Isn't so smart. Gene, do you have a version of the CIA for your country? I bet they do. It might be so secret nobody knows about it.
That's right. I told you we'd have to kill you.
Kim has to know what movie that is. Let's see here. Mopar Arcade. Bunch of work left to be done. Is that on the garage or on your car? Oh, well, before you got here, Mopar Arcade was saying that she has a transmission problem.
Oh, no!
It doesn't go into first gear. And she said somebody in her family had it rebuilt and it didn't go into first gear. So they rebuilt it again and it didn't go into first gear. So she wants you to come down there and
Fix her transmission?
fix her transmission with her. You know
what? Is it a 904 or a 727?
Yeah, what is it? Is 904 or 720? Oh, she said it was a 727. Ooh, you got to take that thing apart anyway, because the sprag in there needs to be bolted down. If it's just pressed in there, yeah.
It's if you're building a super motor. You
yeah, but if
don't have
she
to do that for just any.
Yeah, I saw that one at Tony's go off, and that was just a 413, a stock 413.
It was not a stock 413. That guy did lots of work to that motor.
Well, it was just.
Parquet's not going to be pulling wheelies with her 340.
I watch what she's doing. Man, you don't want that coming through the floor.
It goes into second gear, though?
Goes second and high. Because it hasn't been used in a while, so it's just a lot of dirt and bolts and things I have to watch for to put up. Oh, I'm not sure if that's the car at the garage. I will not make any promises, but I want to be there. Man. Andrew Butt says bolt-in sprag is only needed with a 198 tower of power. It's actually the drum it's the drum that explodes because it spins up about 2 or 3 times faster than it normally does. And that one, I don't know if you saw the one that went off at Tony's shop. They were doing a burnout with some big C-body Chrysler. A guy came by and he was doing a burnout. Tony put some water on the ground. The guy did another burnout. Bang! And all the parts flew out from under the car. Yep. And he made a big balloon in the floorboard. Yeah, and the floorboard was bent right up around by the gas pedal. And he luckily didn't get hurt. You know, John Cope got hurt really bad one time when one of those things went off and broke his ankle. And he is afraid of those things. He wants to make sure they're all bolted in. What is this? Smoke Parquet says, I thought about you today. What's this? Saturday, I'll make a reminder. Who's she talking about? Who's she talking about? Oh, thought about you today. Gearhead, I'm going to smoke my last of the evening and hit the hay. Okay, Gearhead. Thanks for being here. Take care. Andrew Button, if you do a manual valve body, you have a sprag held first instead of band held, it can go boom. Yeah. Man, I was watching John Cope riding with somebody in a wing cart, Superbird, and the guy had a problem, and John's going, don't get on it, don't put it, don't shift it there, and John's sitting in the car. All he wanted to do was get the hell out of that car. Well, he was nervous. He is nervous. But he has seen what can happen when people have failures. Yeah, when Andrew Bud says, when using a modified 727 with a manual valve body, be sure to wear the explosion-proof boots. Dean Stevens says, no, we just mix it up with other Five Eyes countries. Okay. We have the GCSB and Government Communications Security Bureau is a public service agency and signals intelligence, SIGINT, meaning we specialize in intelligence derived from electronic communications. SIGINT is a very common acronym. Let's see here. So I don't know if it's just SIGINT or if that's the name of something, an entity there. Yeah, but SIGINT is something that we have. What, are you going to start a fire? Well, you started a fire. Yeah. There is no, are you going to start a fire? I see reflections of flames on your shirt. I can't believe you asked me that. Meanwhile, I didn't know you lit it. Everybody watched you light a fire except me. Oh, yeah, Josh Holman says he wants that car that exploded on Tony's channel attempting a burnout. He was doing a burnout. Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. I'm sure a feature. Yeah, wait. I'm sure I feature in it quite a lot.
Were we there when that happened?
No, it was on video. We were watching it.
I swear to God, we were there when that happened.
No.
I swear I saw the car
Well, you know,
and the floor and everything.
we were there before there. We were there after there.
Were we there?
I don't. No, that was on a video because I watched it. Because I went back and replayed it and replayed it and replayed it. I know.
think we were there and we watched the.
We could have been there. I don't know. We were at. Yeah, you were at that shop too. You know the shop. Is that vent open? Is the flue open?
No, why? Is it smoking?
Yes.
Do you think I should open it?
I can't see that far, Tim.
The flue's open.
Okay, my eyes aren't good enough from here that I can see the position of the flue.
Thank you for checking.
Yeah, smoke is coming in here.
No.
Does Kim's Dart 904 have a manual valve body?
No.
If so, did you go with the Cheetah or the John Cope stuff?
Nope.
No. If we did, it would have been the John Cope stuff.
Yeah.
We did not do that. It's just she didn't really like the 3 on a tree. She didn't like it because it didn't have synchro in first. So she bought a transmission with synchro in first.
No, I bought an engine to replace the bad motor.
Wait a minute. So you bought a transmission with a synchro in first. And then you bought an engine to replace.
Oh yeah.
To replace the engine. Something I don't know. It was all parts, but it came with a 904. So then she changed her mind. Instead of putting the manual transmission in with the synchro in first, she put the 904 in. Well, she tore the 904 down. It looked really good, so she just put it back together.
Yeah, and the manual transmissions, I'd have needed a flywheel and a clutch,
so
and a pressure plate, and the whole thing.
So
Too expensive.
So that transmission with the synchro in first, I don't know what that transmission's called. She went outside. It's still here. Kim went outside. John Wilburn says 727 blows up at Uncle Tony's, and here's the link. Good job. I'm going to click on that and save it for later.
So today we're going to try a little electronic detective work. So these are my friends, Cody and Kristen Walker, and they have a couple.
Okay, I'm saving that for later. Thank you, John. So Kim.
I remember looking at
okay,
the
but
car.
You went outside, and John Wilburn put up the video.
I heard it.
Okay, I didn't know what, because you left. I didn't know what you heard. Tavo says, down here it's easy to break the factory transmission behind the 245 Hemi, doing a single pegger. Up later, up early, John Wilburn. This is Mohawk. I think John's up like 24 hours a day. Guy just works. I bet the week after No Name Nationals, he probably snoozes a little bit, and he's back to it. Man, I can't believe we actually got a fire going, Kim. I closed the windows in the house today, and I was cold last night. That was not fun. Wake up in the night and
I've been cold since I got up this morning.
Well, we don't have heat in the house yet. We got those little heaters we can turn on.
We have heat.
The tube is out. Or did you put it back?
We're running the air conditioner with the tube out.
Yeah, we're going to heat under the house, aren't we?
Yeah.
Not a good idea. What are you doing?
Come sit over this way so they can see the fireplace. It's about turning the fireplace this direction for the winter so you can see it.
So we can see it. All right.
Maybe I'll put us over there. It'll be cold.
I really want to go. I caught up sleep for a couple.
Never mind. Then go back where you were.
Yeah,
I'm sorry for moving.
They don't need to see that. They can see. Well, you had it so they could see it before.
No, that's all right. They don't want to see it. I always try and do things.
No, they could see it. You didn't have to crank it so
Don't make
far.
them do things that they don't want to do.
Jeez.
What they teach me. Old men don't want to do things. Don't make them
See, there's the fireplace. So they can.
elderly abuse.
I caught up sleep for a couple of days. Then we get back. Dean Stevenson, but the bird is gone out of the flu, so it's all good. Yeah, we won't be cooking the bird. You sure you don't want to cook that bird?
I really don't want to cook that bird.
He's probably beyond that point.
I think the bird is dead.
The bird was already done. We have a storm heading at us. Let's expect.
Oh, it's not cold. It's only in the upper 60s.
Oh, Erd could have a dignified cremation.
Is that dignified?
You see that? Erd could have had a dignified cremation.
Beef.
For bird, because he did it
Is
in the
that
wrong
dignified?
order.
Should I do that?
Where did you put him? Did you dig a hole and make a little casket?
No, that's next to tomorrow's stream. We build a casket for the bird.
We're gonna take some wood. Yeah. It'd be long. What's the temp in here? You know, that thermometer up there says it's 68 degrees, but it feels cooler than that in here. It was outdoors. It was 50, low 50s. So it's just not comfortable with just a sweatshirt on. I guess I'd go get a big winter jacket and put it on. Sounds like somebody from Arizona. Put a big winter jacket on when it's 50 degrees. Patrick Sullivan, considering last night was 30 degrees warmer. Yeah, it's chilly. Next spec, it smells bad if you cook the bird with the feathers on. Bird microwaving it could prove if it's a drone or not. I don't think
thought of that.
We don't want to put that bird in the microwave.
We thought of that. If you try and dissect the bird, it spontaneously combusts.
Oh, Buddy Carafano, he's got it right. Kim started a fire. We can have s'mores. They do that.
But not if we're cremating the bird.
They do that in Pennsylvania.
Start fires or eat s'mores?
S'mores.
No, they have a law in Pennsylvania against s'mores.
I didn't know. That was a West Coast thing.
He asks me questions. I'm like, why would we not eat s'mores?
That was a West Coast thing. I don't know. We did that in California. I didn't know if that spread all the way to the east.
I asked
or if it went from
like,
the east, if it spread all the way to the west, or it
do
just
you have
came up
lightning
everywhere.
bugs in California?
Oh, she asked me that, and I said,
He
no.
asked me questions like, do you eat s'mores in Pennsylvania? Like, these.
What is this? Andrew Button goes on here about the 727 cans be nice when somebody does them up. Yeah, well, it's John Cope. The thing is about the 727, unless you're, you can make a 904 put up with a lot, and it uses a lot less power to get the power to the rear end with a 904, and the 904 will put up with a lot more than you might think it would. Dean Stevens is such a cool video. I can open some windows now with the warm in. The chilly wind has died down, so the Antarctic breeze went away. Stray Bull is currently 72.2 degrees inside my house. Make sure you got that 210. If you're well, halfway through an Operation Rear Main Seal.
Oh, I'm sorry, it'd be long. That sounds awful.
Thanks for all the advice I'm doing in the car. Oh, no. John Wilburn Cope sells affordable steel planetaries for the 727. They're plenty strong.
Yeah, please, if you are building a motor that will stress your 727 transmission and put you at risk, please do seriously consider the parts that John Cope makes, because John Cope knows. But if you're just running like I got a 318 there, it's stock. It's not going to hurt a 727 unless I beat on it, or unless there's something wrong with the 727s. I don't know. Transmissions are dangerous. They're crazy.
So let's see here. Mexican Spec says it's 84 now at 9 p.m. That's how it was here just a few weeks ago. HOAs have a law against that. Oh, it's s'mores? Yeah, they probably would.
Yeah.
Andrew Button, I've never owned a 904, as I always had cars with 727s or manuals. Surely I would have blown one up if I had. You know, John Wilburn talks a lot about 904s that he's built. The Turbo Hydro 400's best virtue is that it only keeps applying to upshift, whereas the 727 applies and releases for each gear.
You know what's wild? Tavo says the 727 is a rarity, only behind a 360 and a 340. And the 318s ran 904s. And it's absolutely true. They ran a lot of the 318 cars with 904s. I had a pickup truck with a slant 6 and a 727. Ask me how that was ever necessary. Don't know.
Wow. 727 is a rarity down here. Stavo. Only behind 360 and 340, which are also rare. 318s ran a 904. Yeah, and John Wilburn says 904 is a better design in my opinion. They should have scaled it up without changes for the 727. I've heard a lot of, before I knew anything about them, I go, yeah, 727. But after I know a lot about them, the 904 makes complete sense to me. And the people that I know that know something about those transmissions, they all like the 904. John Wilburn, the billet high gear drum is the ultimate insurance against a transmission explosion. It's $795, but what's your foot worth? Well, after you go to the hospital, $795 would be a cheap hospital run.
Yeah, not to mention, if it does blow up, the whole thing is ruined.
And then the transmission's ruined, and the floor of the car needs to be fixed.
Just buy everything John Cope sells.
Just buy.
Yeah.
Go to John Cope. I want one of everything. No, two of everything.
Not
hey,
sponsored.
Ari's here.
Of course, nobody ever gives us money, but we always tell everybody to buy everything.
John Cope's a good guy. And we know him. He's a friend,
Yeah.
And then
buy everything from John Cope.
I had him laughing at No Name Nationals. That was fun.
It was fun. John was friendly.
Let's see here.
John was friendly before anybody was anybody. He never seemed to care. He's always been good to people. Who else would you want to support but people that are people? Am I saying anything? No.
Patrick Silva, my 77 D100 was a 318 727. Maybe it was a truck thing. Maybe that's why yours was.
It's a truck.
727 was a truck thing, maybe.
Well, yeah, because it was a 7. That's why it was a 727.
It was in a truck. Yeah. Yeah, Hippie Lawn says pickup trucks are going to be overloaded, hence the 727. Yeah, that would make sense. 340s always had 727.
Man, that's slant 6.
It would probably blow a 904 totally up. I don't know. And John Wilbur. Andrew, I upgraded my 304 car, my 340 car to a 904. Coping mechanisms. So I just missed out on a Torque Flight 365 block. It's wrong. Tavo says the Barracuda. I just missed out on a Torque Flight 265 block. Rare critter, and he only had $400 on it. 265 is a Hemi 6-cylinder, I think. Is that right? Andrew Button, back in the 70s, we had a full built 727 in our A12. It shifted so hard it would have probably broken the drive line had it not had a Dana 60 in it. Cruel on the neck.
Wow.
Yeah, but that's something that I mean, the 904 is only going to do so much, but most of the stuff we run on the street and drag racing like we do, the 904 is gonna take care of you.
I hate transmissions.
You hate transmissions? You just
I
went
never
through
want
that
to
one.
have to work on a transmission ever again. I say that after I'm done working on anything. I never want to have to work.
What's this? Bill Short had a BW35. What is that? It's a torque plate 904 conversion plate.
Oh, I love torque plate conversion plates. Those are awesome. I've got, what, 4 or 5 transmissions sitting right there behind that monitor.
What do you have? A 727 and a bunch of 904s?
I have a big block 727, a small block 727, and then at least 2 904s, and then another 904. Oh, no, the other one's a 46RH. That's a 4-speed. But it's a 4-wheel drive one. I would like to be able to use that, but I don't have a 4-wheel drive vehicle to put that in.
Patrick Silva says, hello, Barry. 30 degrees cooler than last night. Dug out the sweatpants. Andrew Budd says, yes, Slant 6 taxis had 727s, like a Dart or something.
Oh, man. It takes a lot of horsepower just to spin a 727.
Yeah, 727 uses up power. It
But-
absorbs power.
But yeah, it would last like for forever in a taxi.
Andrew Budd says, Jamie told me all the trucks in the 70s had 727s, even with small engines. That's likely, although I don't know it.
Ari, people are intimidated by transmission rebuilds because it's so much work to get them in and out of the car, and because it's just not something most people have a lot of exposure to. But like the 3-speed automatic transmissions, there's just not so many parts to them, and a good manual and decent reference. Like now I've got YouTube University. I find all the information I need. I can find tips and tricks. I can find like watch out for this and that. I can find all kind of information about anything. But like when I was a kid, it was just like you just didn't do it. It would have been crazy.
Ari says, I don't feel like it would be that bad to rebuild an auto trans with a decent manual. And that's what Kim did. She started tearing into them just with manuals, and like she says, YouTube University. John
Wilburn, do the 999s always have the lock-up torque converters? I know they have the low first gear set. Go ahead, you can read.
No, go ahead. I'm just yawning. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to yawn in front of everybody. It just happened.
They're black magic.
Because I'm cold.
I don't know about black magic, but they are definitely mystery boxes. And you leave one part out or put something in backwards, and it could blow up. So you have to go into it with a clear mind and a it helps to have someone with experience. And there's not many people. Transmission builders don't just come and hang out and show you how to do stuff.
And about transmissions are all fun and games if you actually know them. Except imported crap. I hate that stuff. Like my Mazda transmission. Of course, I never went in it, but I knew about it. It was one of these ones that's a hybrid dual clutch or dual torque converter, or what do you call it, where it shifts that, and I don't even know what I'm talking about now. It's a weird transmission, though. I saw them yawn. Yeah. And to lock up. A few early ones are non-lockup. Those are hard to come by, but easy enough to convert to non-lockup. Dr. Go! My 999 likely can handle my 140 horsepower, or maybe tired 123 horsepower left after 44 years. My 999 has lockup. Patrick Sullivan, I've only disassembled one auto power glide, 2-speed, endless snap rings and springs. Auto transit's way above my pay grade.
No.
Kevin Smith, hey, how you doing? I'm here lurking, cleaning model cars for show. Saturday, 11 October, here in Akron. Man, we're going out on the 11th. Going out with my son.
Yeah. We're not going to stream on Saturday.
Right. Oh, that's right. We're not going to stream on Saturday night because we're going out. We have another engagement. I'm sorry about that. Well, wait a minute. We might be back by then.
No, I'm going to a Halloween.
Oh, you're going to a Halloween party? Really? I didn't know that.
Well, I tried to tell you earlier, but you told me to shut up. You were busy talking to me. So I did.
What?
And I just thought of it again.
What?
We're talking about mayonnaise. I forgot what I was talking about.
I told you to shut up.
You didn't.
I never
You
tell
just
you
said
to shut
wait.
up.
So
So what's going on?
Andrew Button says an 833 is the way to go with a Mopar. Yeah, if you got $2,000. I know you can get a transmission cheaper than that, but I also need a flywheel, and I also need the shifter, and the linkages, and a different drive shaft.
Okay, Tyler says my Chrysler has an A413 transmission. What is that? What is an A413? Is that something I'm supposed to know?
I don't know which one. I don't know what that is.
Might be a down under thing.
Don't remember.
Luis is going to a Halloween party. So what's this Halloween party you're going to?
Well, you know that it's October, right?
Yeah.
Well, in October, people celebrate a holiday.
We have
It's
something.
a secular holiday.
Something else we're doing on
And
Saturday.
generally, I know, but that's with your son.
So you're going to something
Oh,
separate?
he's talking about the transaxle and the neon.
Oh. Andrew, but I replace automatics with manuals. Hey, what do you do with all the old automatics?
Throw them in the trash.
No. So are you also going out with my son and me, or is it something different?
Yeah, I thought we were going during the day.
No, it's in the evening.
What time?
I don't remember.
You told me it was in the day.
I thought it was 6:30.
6:30? That's late. Why are we going to dinner so late?
I mean, look, don't panic yet. Don't panic until I get real panicked on.
Transmissions are easy compared to a ring and pinion? Really? You think a ring and pinion is difficult? We don't have the gate. We don't have the tools for the ring and pinion.
$6:30 p.m.
Oh man.
What time's your thing?
7:30. I'm gonna miss it.
Well,
Either way, we're not gonna stream because we're gonna be out at dinner and then I have a party. So.
Well, where is your party at?
I hope you guys have something entertaining to do on Saturday night. Don't come looking for us. We won't be.
Well, or I don't know. Things get piled on top of each other. I'm sorry.
How dare you plan a date from 25 years ago on a date of something that I want to do this year?
Maverick is a mini Torino. Vegas are mini Camaros. You can make a Vega look like a mini. You can make a Vega look like a mini Camaro by chopping the bumpers off.
Checker bearing? Oh, one that's turned down so it can slip on and slip off?
It's not one out of a checker.
It is one out of a checker. But you have to buy a checker and steal the bearing.
Man, checkers are getting old, man. There's not many checkers around anymore. Most people in here probably don't even remember a new checker. You might not remember a new checker.
No, we didn't have taxis where I was from.
I remember new checkers.
Okay.
I just remember they were available. You didn't go to a dealer. You ordered them and you went and got it or had it shipped to you. And there were checkers that were not cabs. You could just buy it as a family car. They were kind of big and herky. Let's see, Dr. Go, your name got mentioned by Nick of Nick's Garage in his live last Friday because he received the No Name Nationals banner I sent him with our 2024 signatures. You can see many members on it. Did I sign that? Man.
That's awesome. No, he's saying hippie law.
No, but I didn't. No, I don't know if I signed that banner.
Dr. Go, you sent it to Nick's Garage?
Because Dr. Go was at the last, was it 2024 No Name National? So was I. Remember, big thing afterwards. Yeah, anyway, I don't know if I signed
sent
that.
it to Nick's Garage. That's cool, but I don't understand.
I remember Hemi Performance in Australia recommended using the Turbo Hydro 350 transmission behind a Hemi 6. It sold an adapter for that. I've got a Turbo 350 sitting over here behind my 350 Chevy. John over at Android, I have a honed out Timken bearing just for that.
There you go. See, it's about having the specialty tools. There's not as much of that with this, like the transmission I was just working on. I don't really need any specialty tools, like a O-ring, not O-ring, snap ring pliers was all I needed. Everything else was just normal tools.
My opinion is not a ringer. Then he tells himself to shut up. Stray bullet, I used to play checkers. Maybe long John, I was watching a video on a Hemi 6-cylinder. Andrew Bunt says, I have a whole nest of useless automatics. Really?
I do too. They're
And
sitting under the workbench.
And where are they? I'm trying to remember where Andrew Button is.
Remember nothing.
Go start getting his useless automatics.
What are you going to do with his useless automatics?
Mo Parquet, don't play. Sorry, I'm back. Why are you sorry you're back? We're glad you're here. Luis says, I'm very tired. I'm going to sleep. Tomorrow I'm going to a shop of Walmart to do.
Little shop of Walmart.
Take care. Good night, Luis.
This kind of smells like...
Andrew Button says, I have 50 years of crap. And yes, lots of old transmissions. Man, that's what, if I'd stayed in California, I'd have 50 years of crap. But when I started moving around chasing work all over the country, all my good stuff just, I don't know, disappeared. I don't know where it went. Sometimes I know that I gave some away. Sometimes I don't remember who got it, where it went, or what happened. Ari says, OTC makes some decent snap ring plier sets. Dr. Go. Buff and Kim signed it. Nick called out his audience last year to help me get subscriptions to reach my 500. So I sent him that as thanks. Lots of people signed it. He showed it on his live. Oh, well, cool. I remember you telling that story. Now I just forgot why you sent it, but now I remember. You jogged my memory. But ring and pinion is no fun because you have to take it apart multiple times. Sometimes removing press fit bearings and such. Trans one doesn't have to go through that routine.
It would be fine if the rear end was like right here, setting, and you were setting it up, or if it was on a lift and you could work on it. But underneath, it would suck.
Let's see. So, Buff and Kim, did you mention earlier what the difficulty you two are facing? If so, I will rewatch. I came in like 45 minutes in.
Oh, hippie long. I was just worried about. I worry about doing anything on video because I'm not supposed to be doing much.
Well,
I'm
she
supposed to be
I'm,
careful. I've got damage to my neck and back, and there's some people they don't want to see anybody have success. So
well, and Kim on video looks like she works a lot harder. She does when she works hard, but she doesn't.
It takes me
she
weeks
doesn't-
to finish things that would take a regular
She
person a day.
doesn't have the endurance to work for hours and hours and hours on something that's tough. She'll work a little bit on it and get something done, and then
Like that
and then
night.
rest. You know,
That night that I worked on the valve, we worked long.
well, yeah, but that's bench work. That's not like you're lifting something
But
or
that's the
frying
thing.
on something.
I
You're
can't-
you're doing this, you know,
I can't do that day after day. It took me 3 days to recover from that.
from doing the valve body even on the bench.
Yeah, on the bench. And like if I had a regular job, I'd have to produce more than that every day after day after day. Not
When you
on
have-
something.
When you have a job, it's 8 hours a day. I remember you
I'm not
telling me.
able to do it.
You told me about being a plumber 8, 10, 12 hours a day, digging in mud and underneath walls and stuff, and then up on structures. And yeah, it's back-breaking work when you have a good back. Oh, mosquito.
Darn mosquitoes. I was able to fix the ignition switch in the Bronco II. I found a different wire that went to the keyed ignition, so now it starts from inside the cab. I don't know why it stopped working the other way.
Man, it already
John
scrolled
Cope's
by.
500th hand trans brake is in mine. $9.99.
John Wilburn's. Oh, I see. Okay, it's John Wilburn. John Wilburn already went by way up there, and he says he has a 904 that fits a Pontiac Iron Duke. Is it the Pontiac Iron Duke that has the? Oh, you said it's for the mail truck. It must be a rear drive one then. Yeah, obviously it fits the Chevy bell housing then. The Chevy standard old small block Chevy bell housing bolt pattern is what the. There are two different bolt patterns on Iron Dukes. There's the rear drive that's like a small block Chevy, and then there's a little round one that's on the front drivers. So it's actually two different blocks, same engine. So I assume it's the one that, man, I'd be interested in that. Put a 904 behind my small block Chevy and put it in my Ford. That would be a Chevy Chrysler Ford. What's wrong?
That's blasphemy. That's a sin against
Oh, it'd
God.
be really good stuff.
No.
Henry Blake in MASH was from Bloomington. He made it sound like a nice place. Man, I saw something this morning. I don't know if any of you ever watch old TV shows. I rarely watch them anymore, but I turned on my TV basically to see if it still worked. And there was McHale's Navy. Does anybody remember McHale's Navy? McHale's Navy was on, and what was his? Now I can't remember a name again. Oh, I want to tell a story and I can't pull up the name. I don't know. I'll just go back to the reading what's up here.
Hippie Long says, look, her tearing apart a Triumph like a big foot. Might be on the edge. Kim educates through trial and error. I get some of that comment, but I don't understand the beginning of it. Thanks, Hippie Long. I try. I try to inspire people and educate. I'm sorry, I'm sort of in sour mood
I can tell.
tonight. Still lots of Fox body enthusiasts. There are. They're very popular.
So what's he talking about selling?
Mm-hmm.
What's he talking about selling? I should sell them. Still lots of Fox body enthusiasts. So what? I missed something. Oh, there it is. Andrew Button. I have 5.0 Mustang crap everywhere. Did those things at one time. No more, just pure scrap metal to me. Man. Yeah, because I got Fox body. I got 2 Fox bodies here, but they're not Mustangs. But that's all right. A lot of the stuff fits. Man. Where is... Oh. Oh, and Josh Holman is... It's not Josh Holman as it's Andrew Button. I don't remember where Andrew Button is. Where he is. Where his stash would be.
Wasn't JB talking about putting a 4-speed in this truck? I don't think adapting a 2.8 to a 904 would be. Oh, you mean for that mail truck transmission? Be perfect for JB's truck. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't know anything about the 700R4. I don't know if that's a. I don't know how that compares to a 904.
Very cool. Would it be difficult to find a 65 Plymouth 2-door sedan in California? Or anything else, not too expensive. Now, by that time it's 65, it's decent. It's going to start bringing some money. But the Southern California, well, it's probably just about anywhere in California except right along the beach. Because then if you're right at one of the beach communities, you get some rust. But anywhere else in California, you get inland like 10, 12 miles, there's no rust. And then desert place like Arizona, and then New Mexico is usually not too good because New Mexico's a Rocky Mountain state, and it snows, and they dump salt all over everything. So New Mexico isn't always good. But then you go a little further east into West Texas, and you got the same thing again. You've got desert and pretty clean cars without rust. And that's a pretty good stretch of land right there. And I know a very nice 63 Dodge Coupe for cheap over here, but I'm too old to buy it. 63 is kind of a cool looking car. Some people don't. That's one of those love it or hate it cars. They got big headlights. They got headlights up here. Oop. Where's my hand? I can't find it in the screen. Headlights here, and then down here they're at a weird angle. And I kind of like them, although I like the 63 Plymouth a little better. But the 63 Dodge is also. I like sitting in those cars. 63 Plymouths and Dodges, you kind of sit down in them, and I don't know, and the windshield's kind of got like a crease down the middle, so it comes back like this. I really like those cars. Man, it's a coupe, so it's got a poster. It's a hardtop. I guess if you're saying it's coupe, it's probably not a hardtop. Oh, it could be. Winchester rarely perspires and never sweats. But the only good H body ever made was the Pontiac version of the Vega with the Iron Duke in about '76. You know, that's one thing that the first Iron Duke I ever saw was in it was a station wagon version of the Vega, and it was a Pontiac. I don't remember what they called those things. And I think it was '77. I think the Iron Duke came out in '77 year model, which is probably in '76. So, but I don't remember. Avoid all Illinois for project cars. Yeah, anything in the Northeast, man. It's brutal on auto bodies up there. Andrew Button, I bought a project car one time from Wisconsin. Its body was in a basket in pieces. Yeah. Yeah, except there. When I first got up there, I've told this before. I got up there to Ohio, and there's a couple of young guys well, I was younger then too. I was probably in my 30s. But there's a couple of guys that are like late teens, and we were going out to the junkyard to look at cars, and they're getting in them, and I remember there's a couple of Novas they were looking at, and they're just like stomping on the floor with the other one looking underneath. Like, what are you doing? And they're looking at how big a pile of rust comes out from the car. That's how bad it was. I figured out that's not where I wanted to get a car from. Barracuda or a 64 Dodge two-door sedan, even a four-doors, they can be converted to two-door. Astro, that's right, Buddy Garfano, an Astro, Pontiac Astro. Dr. Go, Andrew, I hear you. I live in Wisconsin. Come get the motors and drivetrains. The bodies rust away. You know what I did find in Ohio was a lot of good interiors because they weren't all burned up by the sun. So if you could get an interior out of a Northeast car that hadn't been burned up by the sun and a Southwestern car, you probably have something good. Harry says, Barracuda, I have a 64 Dart with your name on it. Andrew Button, Buff, if I could just give that 5.0 roller block, it's 351. 5.0 roller block and the 351 Windsor wood, it's all getting cleared out. Along with all the other junk, it's closing time for me except for e-body parts. Where are you? And you got a 351 Windsor that you want to get rid of. I forget where Andrew Button lives. Like I can travel much anymore. But I could. For the right thing, I could travel, I guess.
Take the van.
It's been said that if Northern Classic is in good condition, it's because it's from out of state or it's been garaged from October to May. Yeah, you still got to be careful when you get back out there because the first couple of rains, the water's all salty. Could be long right now. I set for 65 Skylark, red with white roof. I want a full frame car for once. Mohawk says, I had one of the very first Iron Dukes in my six. That was an Iron Duke. That was a 153 Chevy. Those get mixed up a lot. The blocks were similar but not the same, and the Iron Duke had a crossflow head. And those 153 Chevys are rare now. That's an engine I wouldn't mind having. Kim looks spent. Yeah, I think so. Kim, you've had it, huh?
I don't know. I'm just really, yeah.
Kim looks sad. I hope she's okay.
I usually
want you to be okay.
I usually just have a project to focus on. And
the Iron Dukes came out, I think it's 77 model year, so late in 76. That other four-cylinder that Mohawk's talking about, that came out in 62. And it was basically a 230 cubic inch Chevy 6 that was shortened by two cylinders. Same bore and stroke as the 230 six-cylinder. And it was available in Chevy 2s and then Novas, which were Chevy 2s, Chevy 2 Nova. And also, of all things, the Chevy vans started in 64. That Chevy van that had the engine between the seats. The first couple of years that Chevy van, 64, 5, and 6, the base engine was that four-cylinder Chevy. And my father bought one of those Chevy vans, but he opted for the 230 cubic inch 6, which was the biggest engine you could get, and which is why he got it. Andrew Button, I just sold my 427 Bel Air. What's wrong, Kim?
I want you to be in the picture. You weren't even in the picture.
Thought I was in the picture. I sold my 427 Bel Air. It's from Dumas, Texas. Rustless. Andrew Button says it has no post. To me, that makes it even better. I really like the, Kim.
I'm a little bit tired.
I guess you're tired.
Give me a minute.
Hippie Long says, hey, split screen, commercial on right. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, to me, I like the ones without the post. A lot of people like the cars with the post. I like the ones without the post, the ones they call the hardtop. Just big, wide open window. Dr. Go, time for me to head out. Always good to be here and learn. Take care. Check out Nick's Garage from last Friday. If you want to see your signatures, I will do that. He even called out Turbo Tom. Hey, that's pretty cool. Yeah, we need to put a Model T engine on his dyno. Man, would that be something? That's one he hasn't done. Probably below the threshold of the lowest it'll read. Let's see. Dean Stevenson, you've done the best automatic work. Pekin Kimbergini. Enter button. By the time GM put better engines in the H body, the styling was garbage. The only good-looking H body that didn't have that junk aluminum engine was the Iron Duke Astra. Only decent H body ever made. Yeah, I tend to agree with that. I do like the looks of the original Vegas, and I had a couple of them, but the engines were terrible. I mean, they're reliable. They always ran, but they always ran. Every tank of gas was 2 quarts of oil, guaranteed.
Yay, that's a lot.
I used to buy a case of the cheapest. Well, that's back when oil came in cans. Now that I think about it, the old cans, and I had a spout, and I had it in the trunk, and I'd go through it, and I'd start getting down to the end, and man, then I'd have to buy another case of oil. It's just constant oil. I guess it was well lubricated. Well, says, see, to me, that's another Mandela effect. The 153 was a 283 cut in half. Used the same pistons and rods. I don't think so. 153 was check it out. Check out the bore stroke, everything, all the parts interchangeable with a 230 6-cylinder. Dean Stevenson says exactly, Buckdale Campo. The one that was cut in half, V8 was what was the size of the one that was was a half of a 389 Pontiac? Those were a half of a V8. That was the first engine I ever rebuilt, was one of those. I don't remember what size that is. You just half of a 389, whatever the hell that is. Oh, see, now I got to do math. Maybe thanks, Doc. Weird, okay. But it was still faster than the Opel 1900. It's 60 pounds lighter than the Cam and the head Opel engine. What do you think of the, Dean always knows about all these engines. What do you think of the pushrod Opel engines, like from the late 60s? I always kind of liked those things. I thought it was one of the few European cars I thought that was built kind of like I liked it, Andrew Button, I'm from Colorado, Aurora specifically, the crime capital of everywhere. Really, is it? Buddy Carafano, I like bubble top Impala. Oh yeah, 1 year, 61. Hippie Long says, me too, Mohawk. Oh, about the split screen. Patrick Silva, my 61 Impala was a hard top. Oh, that was probably a bubble top.
What kind of advertisement did you get?
Yeah, what are you guys getting? What are you guys getting in the split screen? I gave every last piece of H-body gear away. I used to do the V8 thing. Man, that's one of the things when I was building radiators. A lot of the radiators I built were for V8 Vegas. Hey, you didn't buy a radiator. Well, they weren't online then. You had to call me on the phone. From Radiator Express, I made V8 Vega radiators. I made V8 Ford Ranger radiators. I made V8 Pinto radiators. The Corvettes then didn't have big blocks. They could only get a small block, and then people put big blocks. I made big, thick radiators for the Corvettes. Radiator Express is the name of the company, and I sold lots of those things. It's the year of the Slim Andrew Button Novas were available with the 4-cylinder through 1970 that nobody has ever seen a later Nova with a 4. Yeah, the last ones I saw with the 4s were, the really early Chevy 2s, and I think I did see it was either 68, 9, or 70. I don't remember which one it was. It was one of those I saw in a dealer, brand new in a showroom. It had a 4-cylinder in it, back in like 68 or 9, somewhere in there. Dean, how about the 1.5 in my 2000 Echo? I already said that. Mohawk says, I saw a rare 61 bubble top at the Car show last Saturday, factory one order, 348 4-speed. 348, that's a cool looking engine. Kevin Smith, I got used oil by the gallon from gas stations. My Ford's leaked so bad. And at 63 Dodge, the neighbor has a super clean car, but I'm too old to even consider buying a 318 Poly push button car. Man, I've got a 318 Poly we've got to put together sometime. That's on my long list of stuff we want to do in here. Patrick Sullivan saying ads are split screen now. People are getting split screen ads, but they're not telling us what they are. Either leaked or burned oil, says Kevin Smith. Yeah, mine probably did smoke a little bit. It probably leaked a little bit. I don't remember a big puddle under it. It's probably all going out the tailpipe.
The Bronco II doesn't leak any more oil anymore.
Yeah, and Kim says the Bronco II does not leak oil anymore. Andrew Button, I put a Model T bucket on a dyno about 20 years ago. They had to lift the front end up on the dyno manually. T buckets, I like those things, except that's got to be a dangerous car in today's traffic. Imagine driving something like that with all these big trucks. Man, don't get hit. But I like them. Old tops have always been fairly expensive, like the Tri-5 Chevys. They never went out of style. Yeah, when I was in high school, that was like 1969, 70, up to 72. Tri-5s were that was the car that the kids could buy that they liked, you know, and they cost a little bit more than the Fords and the Plymouths, and Dodges, but not that much more. Of course, then they just held their value, and now they're crazy expensive. Stevenson's very heavy, but the best Opel 1900 short push rod over at Campo was the 2800 and 3-liter inline sixes. As heavy as a 350, but smooth, and they made 150 horsepower with 4-barrel Solix and 180 horsepower of fuel injection. Huh. Yeah, Hippie Long says, I like the Opel Manta bodies. Me too. That was one of my favorite body styles, the Opel Manta. And I think he could have put a, God, imagine that with an LS in it. That'd be a real good place for aluminum V8. Bought a new Vega GT in 73. Andrew Button says, by 79 it went south. Ran, but it smoked and stunk like a mosquito fog truck. Yeah, I had a Vega that was the little sedan. It wasn't the hatchback, it was a little sedan. And I drove that around for a couple of years, and that was the one that was 2 quarts of oil every tank of gas. And I didn't let it run out of gas, it was like, 3/4 a tank of gas. And it was a 2 quarts of oil guaranteed. Vintage is here. How you doing? Hey, fellers, I'm dead tired after too much time on the road in the ambulance. Wow, so you that's how ambulance is. Sometimes you work a lot, sometimes you wait a lot. The Opel 1900 was used in the Tirana from 74 to 78, then replaced by the Spitfire, or by the Starfire Phase 2 in Toyota. 1892 cc Holt. Man, that's what scrolled away. I'm trying to read it. By the 1892 cc Holden made engine. I didn't even think I never even thought about that. You'd have the Opel engines in the GM cars down there. But in 61, Impala was a bubble top. In 62, there was either post or bubble top. 62, the bell was either. I thought 62 was when the first hardtops, they had the little creases on it. Looked kind of like a convertible top that was had the ridges in it like a convertible top did. I thought 61 was, what did you say? Man, I can't keep up with this. 61 Impala was the bubble top. 62, the bell was either post or bubble top. I don't remember a 62 with a bubble top. Oh, okay, Google says the 153 and the 283 have the same bore size. That's it as far as comparison size. Wrong. Yeah, take a look at the 230 cubic inch 6-cylinder. Man, it's like every part's interchangeable except like the crank and the cam. Patrick Sullivan says I have YouTube Premium, so no ads ever. Well, Patrick Sullivan, that's okay, and we're glad you do that because we get a tiny piece of that. Vintage says I really don't like the Tri-5s. 57 is the worst of them all for me. I'm not a big fan of the Tri-5s. They're okay. It's funny, the Chevrolets, I like the 58 better than the Tri-5s, which most people would disagree with that. And I really like the 59 and the 60. And yeah, I mean, I really like them, although the frame kind of sucks. But like that No Name Nationals, seeing Ray there, 38 Racing, seeing his 59 there, and he used to bring the 59 and race it. This year he brought it. It was his tow vehicle for his S10, and he's I think his father bought that car new, I think. So and they still have it. Dean Stevens says Toyota aluminum block engines aren't as wonderful as the earlier 4AF engines. My son had a 1.5 3AFE twin cam EFI. Did 50 U.S. miles per gallon. I like stuff like that. Were there any base model bubble tops? I thought all the bubble tops were Impalas, but there may have been Bel Airs, and no one ever saw Biscayne. Ona Jones says, indeed. I don't know what indeed on what, but indeed. Andrew Button in 62, it was the Bel Air. Biscayne was only a post. Because see, I had a friend in high school, he had a 62 Impala, two-door hardtop, no post, and it had like a big wide C-pillar, and over the top it had like ridges, like just like the bows in a kind of resembled the bows in a convertible. Yeah, Andrew Button says 63 all Bel Airs were posts. Yeah, they very well could have been. Was Biscayne a base model? Yes. Oh, I have failed to continue scrolling. Oh, wow. And Tavo just gave us a super chat. Super chat. We got the lights lit up. And Braden's here. Man, I missed a whole lot of it. Just scrolled by like a whole page. But that car could have been a bubble top. But Kim, did you catch that? I know Kim's tired. She's not going to get up and dance. Sorry, Tavo, but she's pooped out on the floor. She's laying down on a car seat on the floor. Okay, let's see here. I'm trying to catch up this. Andrew Butt said my Las Vegas were only fastbacks. Most of the ones I did were I don't know, I wouldn't call them fastback. They were the hatchbacks, which is kind of a fastback. Friend had a 60 Bel Air one time on holiday, and axle decided to slip out of its housing. Really? Because those are really hard to make do that. If you know how that goes together, I don't know. A lot of stuff would have to come apart for that clip to come out. Kevin says I'm a fan of the Tri-5 T-Birds over the ship. Oh God, yeah. I mean, the T-Birds and Corvettes are really something. I really like 55 through 7 Thunderbirds, especially the 56 and the 7. I mean, each year they got better, and then 58 came along, and it just they were okay, but it wasn't the same thing. And then what's his name up there? Crazy Canadian. Up there, what's his name? Does all the crazy body work. Can't think of anybody's name. Bad Chad took a 58 and shortened the top way up and made it a 2-seater. And I kind of actually liked that car. I kind of like what he did. Like, that's what they should have done in 58. Mexican Spec says, put the dance in the bank for next week. Yeah, okay. Braden says, what's your favorite shop accessory or favorite shop tool or favorite thing out in the shop? Right over, you can't see it because this is turned the wrong way. I'm going to turn this a little bit and then turn it back. Right over there, piled in all that junk, there is a sheet metal shear and a sheet metal brake. Got all kinds of stuff stacked on it right now. But we will be using that when we do the aluminum car. I really like working with sheet metal, especially aluminum. Okay, Andrew Button says 62 bell bubble top. Basics. Man, did they do that? I never knew about that. Maybe I knew about it, but okay. Andrew Button says 61 only had 409 in the last half of the year. 62, all of them, not just the SS. Yeah, she sacked out. Crazy Canadian. I thought you meant Peg. No, that's the other end of Canada. This guy is you ever watch Bad Chad? Bad Chad Jolene doing all their. He does a lot of chop tops and crazy stuff. And that 58 T-Bird, he shortened the top and moved it forward and made it a two-seater. Really resembled, and he put a little porthole in it. Really resembled like a 57 Thunderbird, but it was a 58. Mohawk says, it sucks getting old. I just checked my picks, and that was the 61 Bel Air bubble top, not Biscayne. Hippie Long. Braden, 4 items: bench, grinder, wire wheel, compressor, media blaster, drill press. All tools are my favorite. All tools are my favorite. Mexican Spec says, I thought it meant DD Speed Shop. DD Speed Shop does a lot of stuff too. And he's the first time I watched DD Speed Shop, which is the day I subbed to him, was it was his first 4-door to 2-door conversion, and he used a set of doors off a Pontiac, which were the same except for the chrome didn't match up. And I thought, man, I got to do that someday. But he was, yeah, of course I've been watching him. Let's see. Andrew Button, only 2 years of bubble top, 61, 62 Bel Air, no other years, no other models, just those. 61 Impala and 62 Bel Air. Okay, I didn't know that because the 62 Impala had a different hardtop. Look at the 62, if you can look up pictures. I'm not going to do it here. Maybe I can do it here. Kim knows how to do that, but I'm not going to wake her up. The car found a torch, favorite shop tool, need heat wrench, and rust belt. Yeah, torch. When you get further north you go, the more you need the torch. 64 was a blocker, but has the same roof stamping as the 63. Okay, I'm going to find this. Maybe I can find this. I don't know. I do not know. Where is my... Let's see here if I can find Google Images. I'm typing, sorry. One-handed typing. Oh, I put the wrong year. That was dumb. I put 61. I know what the 61 looks like. 62. Ah, yeah, there's the top. Let's see if I can bring up a picture of that. Well, this is a pretty good picture of it. That's...
You gotta go to something like web or Google or something like that. thing, and then we'll have to go to.
So many of these are customized. And so many of them are pictures from the front. Here you go. Okay, Kim, then what do I do to put this on? I know there was a way to do this that you did.
You gotta go to the thing.
Kevin Smith says he's a 61 model. Shit, I'm a 54 model.
Gotta go to Google window. Oh, this is too little. And you gotta go to window capture.
And then what?
Well, they can see it now.
Okay, can you see that?
Yeah.
Can everybody see that?
See, this is what this is.
Okay. You can see that 60. Yeah, but they can't see the back of it. Just believe me, that's a 62. But see how the top on that, the hard top on the Impala, has those little ridges in it. Kind of looks like the bows on a convertible top. And I remember when that came out, I didn't like it. I thought it looked stupid because they're trying to make it look like a convertible. But I kind of got used to it, and I kind of liked it. Although I think the bubble top looks pretty good too. Oh, and the Olds and Buick had bubble tops as well. Yeah, they probably did. Ender Button says 61 Olds had a bubble top, 62 Olds. Even the cheap model had the Impala roof. Barry Kuda says, I'm a 64 model. Man, you're 10 years younger than me. You're a young man. Dean Stevenson, it's got the rippled look of the hoops. Yep. Okay, so anyway, now, Kim, how do I bail out of this? I just change. I know what I do. I might be able to get through this without your help. I go up like this, and then I just have to change cams. I do this. That gets it back. Okay. Learn something. Yeah. Well, Kim, I think you've had it, haven't you? Well, so we're 2 hours in. Kim's had it.
I don't feel like doing this anymore tonight.
You don't feel like doing this anymore tonight?
Yeah.
Okay. You know what we got? You know what I did tonight before I came up here? In a hurry. I told everybody this too. In a hurry, I grabbed some of your chili and heated it up, and I ate before I came up here.
Oh, good.
It was really good.
It did come out.
It came out really good. So, who said old man can't do tech? Yeah, you know, people give me every once in a while when I was working in flight testing and all that, some young guy would come up and lean over me and go, here, let me show you how to do that. And he'd start working on my computer, and I go, what are you doing? He goes, well, I'll show you how. You don't know how to do this. I go, actually, I do. I said my first computer was in 1979, and Bill Gates and I are the same age. What makes you think old people don't know how to do this? Let me back off a little bit. Man. Very good. A young man. I like that. Yeah. I've been 50. I've been 60. I've been 70. 50 and 60 were better. Okay. We're all going to say goodnight. And thanks for being here. Thanks for the super chats. And good night, everybody. We'll see you. We will not see you Saturday night, but we'll see you Tuesday night. I don't think we'll see you Saturday night. I might pop in here. I don't know. But probably not Saturday night. Probably Tuesday night. So take care, everybody.